Why do people read stories? What causes them to put their entire day on hold to stare at this piece of paper with black script on it? Is it because it's interesting? Okay, yeah, sure, fine, well enough. Or is it because there's something emotionally engaging about these stories, these lives of people we've never met? Well, today I'm going to give you 3 tips of how to create an emotionally engaging character. Think about your favorite characters. When something bad happens to them, do you feel it? When they finally reach their goals and throw that ring into Mount Doom, do you feel it? Do you ever put a book down just because you just can't deal with all the emotions right now and you need to come back to it? I do. So how does one generate such a visceral response in their readers? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. And if you like these videos, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell for notifications. I'm going to be trying to put out a video once every week. All right, so tip 1 is having your character rescue the puppy. So we're going to talk again about Katniss Everdeen because most people know about the Hunger Games and that story. So what was our first encounter with the young 16-year-old heroine? Basically, it was when she volunteered as tribute to save her sister. You can't get more harmless creature than a little sister, especially one that you had to tuck her little shirt tail in so that she doesn't look like a little duck. You know, very adorable mental image of a little sister that needs their big sister. And that's exactly what the writer gave her to do. Suzanne Collins gave her to do, is to save the helpless puppy, essentially. And oftentimes your readers, they need a reason to fall in love with your characters. They're about to spend a very significant amount of time with your book and with these characters. And sometimes it's just a little extra push to have that character be somebody who's worthy of spending the next few hours with. She's a good person. She saved her sister. She did this, she did that. All right, so another example, it would be Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. So the entire story is about this random Kansas girl getting shot off in a tornado to the land of Oz. But the story doesn't start there. Instead, we spend quite a bit of time with just Dorothy on her farm, where there's this evil rando neighbor that wants to put her dog away and take it to the pound. And the author has Dorothy save her dog, literally saving the puppy. Automatically, this kind of signals to us that Dorothy is a good person. So she's worthy of our time and worthy of our interest. Tip number 2. All right, so another way to make your character sympathetic and emotionally engaging is to have someone else love your character. Right? Even anti-heroes can benefit from this one. It makes them far more multidimensional and interesting. So have your character have a family member, a mother, a daughter, son, whoever, that loves them, shows affection to them. And allow your character to show affection to them as well. It can even be a dog. Your assassin comes home and they have a little golden retriever that comes and so happy to see them. They just want to be petted. But your character can't just, walk past them and ignore them. That's going to signal to your audience that they're a despicable person. Instead, have them, get on the ground and play with the dog for a little bit and pet them and rub their belly and then go feed them, take care of the dog. They're being loved and they're having an opportunity to love in return. So this tactic is also, you can also see this in sort of like dating relationships. And this is not something that we do consciously on any level, but a lot of times, not all women, but some women will go for a guy that is surrounded by other women. And it's almost like there's been a pre-selection done by their fellow women. And if all these women think this guy is a good guy, then he might legitimately be a good mate. So I want to be part of those women too, and I want to be the one to steal his heart. It's kind of a pre-selection. And this is kind of what you're doing with having your character be loved by someone else, is signaling to other people, well, somebody else likes this person. Maybe I should like this person too. And I know when you talk about this sort of stuff, it kind of feels like you're taking the magic out of the writing. But a good, healthy knowledge of psychology when you're writing about characters can be very beneficial to you as a writer. All right, so you'll know some of these little tips and tricks. You'll also know how your characters are going to react to certain situations. Part of what I want to do with this channel is to really do deep dives into the psychological level of character development. So if you're interested in this content, be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell so you don't miss these videos. Tip number 3, don't make your characters perfect. How obnoxious is a perfect person who's always got their hair just right, who always, everybody loves them and they love everybody? A, that makes for a really boring story. And B, it makes your readers want to punch them in the face. So don't do that. Now, this doesn't mean give your characters fatal flaws. It does mean make them just a little bit rough around their edges. And bonus points if you can use their biggest strengths and turn those and also to their greatest weaknesses. Like Katniss, for instance. Katniss is a very disagreeable person. Alright, so she's not well liked or not easily liked by many people. This causes her to struggle with her sponsors and with her relationship with PETA, and her relationship with President Coin. You know, all these things are because of her disagreeableness. But it's also that disagreeableness and that sort of ability to fight that has caused her to be able to survive for so long and to feed her family. It's what helps her win the Hunger Games. It's realistic, you know? There's no such thing as a perfect person, and the people who look perfect are faking it. It just makes them more relatable, more interesting, and then your readers will relate to that. And they'll be like, oh, okay, I see some of that in myself. Now, an example of a character's flaws going too far would be Hercules. Do you know in the original mythology that Hercules kills his family? Like, wife and children, his family, in a fit of rage because he can't control his strength? How do you feel about Hercules now? How do you feel about that cartoon with, with the Hades and the guy with the feet and the... Yeah, that guy murdered his family. That would be considered an unforgivable sin. And I have a whole video that covers things not to do to your heroes. This is one of my previous videos. So if you're interested in that, be sure to click on that so you can watch that video as well. Alright, I hope that you liked this content and found it useful and helpful to you. If you like this content, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, yada yada yada, comments on it, questions, tips for new videos, whatever you would like to know, or if you'd like to know about my upcoming novel, Surviving Midas, just be sure to comment below, and I will read all of those, and I will hope to see you next time. Have a good one.